I'm Soap, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Avrilla Toy Set. So first I'm going to start out by talking about my general opinions on the toy sets. Basically, if you didn't know, all the Royal High toys are manufactured by a company called Jazzwares, and they donate money to the IDF. If you don't know what that is, search it up. So yeah, not good. In all fairness, it's not 100% Royal High's fault, because all Roblox toys have to be made by the Jazzwares company, but I feel like I wouldn't have done it if I knew what that company was contributing towards. I wouldn't make the toys. Also, another controversy around the toy sets is that they're objectively capitalistic, because we had no updates for a very long time, and then suddenly there's a bunch of new sets and you will have to pay money for them. It just seems very wrong for a majority of sets to be bought with real money at pretty expensive prices. It just makes it seem like the devs are looking for money more than making the players happy. The new set is the Avrilla set, which is attached to the Avrilla doll, which is the Dark Fairy doll, which I'm pretty sure was in the first batch of dolls. So they didn't make new toys for this. It's already existed and people have already bought it. So I think Royal High should have made this set, because it's unfair to the people who bought it because they wanted an in-game set. That's like the only reason why people buy any of these toys. They're quite hideous. So them making this set just was a thing that had to happen, otherwise a bunch of people were basically being scammed because they were promised in-game items if they bought this doll. But then also them making this new set is a bad thing because it brings more attention towards dolls, because recently there's been a lot of conversation about the dolls being discounted because people don't really buy them that much. I feel like that's a lot because of boycotts and because you can trade for these items and get them from mermaid shops. Like, there's other ways to get the items, as well as just a general, like, the Royal High fandom is not big enough to really make a very high demand for these dolls. Basically, people haven't been buying these dolls for a while, to my knowledge, because I feel like they don't have very high value on Tradery anymore, some of them, and like, if you were going to buy them, you'd probably buy them as soon as the sets are out. So that was like, I want to say about a year ago, but it might be more than that. Basically, them making this new set draws attention back to the dolls, which means a lot of people are going to suddenly buy this doll if they hadn't before, which means that money is going towards the idea. I'm not sure if they're continuing to make new toys, but I feel like they definitely have to make all the sets for the toys that didn't have sets before, just because that would literally be scamming. But I still don't like the attention it brings towards the toys which contribute to the companies. I've already said that. So now I'm going to be talking about the pricing and basically availability. Okay, me thinking that people weren't buying the dolls is kind of wishful thinking, because I look at these items, there's like 300 plus people bought this in the last month. I'm like, who are these people? And I'm seeing a bunch of toy sets that I didn't even know existed. Like, are these new ones that I didn't know about? Okay, so on the official Jazzwares website, the Avrilla doll is £20, which is like same as the other 6-inch dolls, which I mean is fine, but if you deep it, like £20 for a doll you're probably gonna throw away, and an in-game set, like, think about how much that is in Robux. It's insane. I'm not sure if these toys existed before, but now there's a light fairy 9-inch doll and a fire fairy 9-inch doll. Those used to not exist, and there's a bunch of Series 2 dolls, which, like, I knew they announced that there was going to be a Series 2 a while ago. I just never thought they existed, because quite frankly there's no sets that go along with them, so I wouldn't know about their existence. So now let's get into what the set actually looks like and my opinions on that. So there's 6 pieces of the set, which is pretty decent. That's one of the things I like about the 9-inch dolls sets, are that they have a lot of pieces. Now I'm going to talk about like what the actual set looks like. I obviously don't have it, so I'm going to be looking and trying on mode. So I'm going to try out the shoes first. So there's a lot of bows. I really like the bows, and there's chains as well and stars. I think there's a lot of details in these shoes which I really like. There's the long socks, the garters. I actually really like these shoes. I love the stitching. I love all the attention to detail, all the little stars. I do like to put stars in my like OC, so these are pretty cool and they seem pretty on theme. There's 6 toggles and obviously a lot of options to take things on and off. I really like these shoes. I like how you can change your height. I really appreciate that, because sometimes I'm like, this is too tall for me. I like how they focused on pink for the Dark Fairy set, rather than purple, which they've already used in the smaller doll set. Again, I really like the bows. I'm not really the biggest fan of this bodice if I'm honest, but there's 3 toggles. I like. I'm glad that there is a cropped toggle because there isn't actually that many cropped shirts, and sometimes when you need to do a cosplay, you need like crop stuff. There's kind of a choker, and then like bands that lead up to that. There's spikes and stuff. I'm not sure if I like the bows at the back or like the ribcage style, but I quite like the. Maybe it's the colours that are throwing me off. Okay, I tried on other bodices, like pretty like skinny bodices, like the Goddess of Triumph bodices underneath, to check to see like, because recently all like the mermaid bodices and stuff, they're actually a lot skinnier than the previous like bodices, so they're not really good for layering, which is really annoying, and they also don't match with shoes and stuff because the body type is different. I feel like the bodices are getting thinner and thinner. Like the arms are barely connected to the bodice. Like this has been a recent thing that I realized. Not, but maybe I'm reading too into it. So now I'm going to be looking at the gloves. So they kind of give opposites attract vibe just because they're fingerless. They're not actually a whole sleeve. There's like bows at the end, there's a heart shape in the middle, and then there's like metal on the knuckles, which looks a bit out of place, if I'm honest. I like the gloves. You can have different coloured gloves on both sides. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about that. Okay, I'm wearing the jacket right now. I actually really like the shape of this jacket. It's pretty cool. I always think we need more jackets because I like to wear like overlayers with certain characters. I like it. I feel like I was gonna say the shape might not fit with different like skirts and stuff, but you can change the size quite significantly. I like how you can just have the sleeves as an option. They're quite baggy, which I feel like would be cool for some outfits. I don't have much to say about it other than that. I think the chains are an interesting detail, but if I were to buy this, I probably wouldn't wear the chains on it. I'm now gonna try on the necklace. I always like a good necklace because I feel like it adds a lot to like an outfit, and the neck kind of looks plain without it. This is actually really intricate. The chains just turn out really looking pretty bad on my phone quality because it's just an overlap of a bunch of decals. So I did think it was pretty cool at first, but I wouldn't be able to wear this without any outfits. It's a bit like the Fallen Fae wings and ears for me. Those don't show up well on my any of my devices because the game is pretty laggy. Like it can slightly make it better by unlooping the chains, but I feel like we shouldn't have got lazy. Not lazy, but like a lot of the metal aspects look like they've been decaled on rather than like made as 3D objects like the rest of the outfits, which kind of just like, I don't know. I'm now going to be trying on the skirt. So it's a long, pretty frilly skirt, and obviously you can toggle it to be a shorter skirt. I really like I prefer the short skirt if I'm honest. But I do like how the long skirt has like the short skirt under it, so it isn't just like exposing your like shorts, I guess. That's the problem with the steampunk skirt for me. It can be very long, there's a lot of toggles. I really like that there's a belt toggle because I really like to add belts to my outfit sometimes. You can change the height on all the skirts, and yeah, there's a lot of options. I like the skirt. I don't have much to say about it. It's got cool like star aspects. I really like the stars, and I really prefer the shorter version of the skirt because it kind of reminds me of the Gothic Cutie skirt, but like 100 times better. Because I'm not really sure if you can wear the Gothic Beauty with the new bodies that well. I would say it's pretty decent. It's a lot better than quite a few of the sets we have. Am I gonna buy it? Probably not. Would I advise people to buy it? Probably not. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the umbrella hair and face, which are obviously free, so like I have no problem with wearing this. There's 2 hairs, they're both really long, they go down to the floor, which is crazy. I like the hairs with space buns, so I think it's cool. I really like the bangs, they kind of remind me of the Love Struck bangs in a way, just because of the curve mixed with the Gothic kind messy bangs, which are the bits with like the side pieces. I think they match pretty well with the hair itself. My main problem is that it's a bit flat and it like splits off at the end, which I guess makes sense, but it kind of quite thin hair. Then there's the second part which has these pieces of hair strung onto the end with chains in it and a hoop. My main question is, how would hair grow like this way? Because it's literally hair tied onto a hoop, which implies that it's hair that's not attached onto your head, which means you're just wearing some hair as an accessory. It's not part of your Also you can take off the hoop, then there's just floating hair. So I understand what they're trying to do, but I don't really get the vision. But I've got to say, this hair matches pretty well with the doll from what I think it looks like. So yeah. And now I'm going to be talking about the face. So I'm pretty bummed out that there isn't a masculine version of this face as well, like at least you could do, but yeah. It didn't really load when I took a video of it, but it's alright. I don't really wear pre-made faces, I do custom faces. A lot of the like pre-made faces don't really look good to me, so I don't really have much to say about that. I like the stars, it's purple. I'm pretty sure this is the exact face on the doll, so it's pretty accurate. But one thing I've got to talk about is trade. Like, I know a bunch of people are gonna buy these to trade for profit trading, which is like, okay, yeah, so a lot of people will be trading it, it'll be quite expensive in the shop. I hope they add it to the mermaid shop if they haven't already, because then it's more available to people, and you know, if you have moral problems with buying the toys, then you still have a slight chance of getting them, a lot like a Halo. Because I've got 2 toy items from the mermaid shop. I got the Watercolor Wonder jeans and the Mermaid gown. I feel like now was a good time to put out the set because they've already got phase 1 of the Glitter Frost update out. It's the last day of Halloween when I'm filming this. This is quite a while after the set has come out though. So yeah, because I feel like if they put this set out in a dry patch for like when there's no updates, I feel like it wouldn't have gone down as well. Because every time someone says, oh, there's a new set, everyone assumes it's a toy set and like, okay, when is the diamond set's going to come back? Which, to be fair, I agree with, because the whole point of the game was saving up money to get these sets, but now it's like, you have to save up your real money and it's not going to good places. So anyways, thanks for watching. I now have a podcast called Dress Up Dispatch where I talk about mostly Royal High, some Monsterverse and Mermaid Isle as well. So I've already posted 2 episodes. One was a deep dive on Monsterverse, one was just about my general channel and stuff. And I'm editing my 3rd episode, which is about the Halloween update, which is outdated already, so I need to hurry up on editing that. So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.